All right. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're excited to just share a little bit more about specifically why several of us who were leaders at BODi previously have decided to switch over and partner with Shaklee. I know for some of you that are on and listening to the recording, you've already made the decision to join our team and you are rocking and rolling and taking action. And then some of you that will watch this are still trying to decide what's best for you. And so we really respect that. And we know that in time you'll make the right decision for you. And if we're lucky enough to work with you on our team, we would absolutely love to help you have success. So tonight, what we're going to do is give you a chance to learn and hear from four leaders that were at BODi. And then we're also going to kind of walk you through some of the highlights of why our comp plan is really helping people to actually win over here. And we're also going to talk about some different product swaps that you can consider when you're moving or considering moving over to Shaklee. So I'm going to start and share a little bit about my story. On the call tonight, I also have my upline, Christy Lyons, who I signed up with when I joined several months ago. And then I also have two new previous BODi leaders that are now leaders here already, Christy Kronzer and Josh Spencer. And so you're going to hear from them and a little bit more about their backstory and specifically the thought process on why they chose Shaklee and what they're experiencing so far. I know when I was trying to make my decision, it's one thing to hear from corporate, but it's another to hear from people actually in the field and what they're actually experiencing. So we hope to share that with you tonight, and just know we're open books. And if you have any questions whatsoever, we are more than happy to answer anything that's on your mind. Okay, so first a little bit about me. My name is Amber Kuiper, and I was previously with BODi for 9 years. And I loved it. It was a huge blessing in our lives. I went from being a stay-at-home mom to really building this business that took care of our family to a point where my husband was able to step down from his med device job in a corporate role. And we were able to transition and move our family across the country. I mean, I have nothing but gratitude truly for BODi. And of course, right now it's like very heartbreaking to see what happened, especially over the last couple of years. But so grateful for my time there. I was a superstar diamond coach over there, I think 6-time elite, legacy club. And so, really, I feel like I experienced so many things that I'm really grateful for. And so when I was trying to think about what my next step was going to be, as I saw BODi sort of taking some steps backwards, I knew that it would have to be a place where not only I could win, but I could help my team win too, and anyone that joined me. And so about 4 or 5 months ago now, I reached a point where I was like, I felt very unsettled at BODi. I could see the writing on the wall, just like these leaders did too. But I was nervous, like, what else do you really do? And I didn't know if I wanted to get into network marketing again, but I was like, okay, at the same time, I really did love building that team. And so I started to explore options. At around the same time, my sister-in-law, who was full-time at Beautycounter, she was a top leader over there, they went under. And that for me, I think really expedited the process more so. So that's when I reached out to Shaklee Corporate. I was able to talk to them. I mean, they answered so many questions for me. I was very skeptical. I didn't know if this was something that I could trust because I had lost so much trust over at BODi. But thankfully, I felt like every question I asked, they had an answer that sat really well with me. And so I was able to transition over about 4 months ago. And it has been such a joy ever since. The biggest thing for me is helping, I like to say, just like the everyday person that wants to create solid income for their family, like I want to help them win. And I truly feel like I can do that here. You don't have to have a large social media following. You don't have to have all this previous stuff. Like you'll hear from those of us who have been leaders before. But what we're also finding is that people that haven't done this before are having success here. And that's really exciting. So that's a little bit about me. When I joined, and I'll introduce my upline, when I joined, I, had seen some people come over from BODi before, but I just never really thought it was going to be me. But then when I was in the position, I was like, okay, who am I gonna link arms with? And Christy Lyons is someone that we had been kind of, we were not on the same team at BODi. But I knew enough of her and I knew she was the first person from BODi to come over to Shaklee. And so I picked her brain and that was really helpful because I needed to know that people were actually earning income over here and it wasn't just like, not a good thing. And so she's actually been able to triple her income since she came over from BODi. And her team has done really neat things. They've actually updated so many things on the back end. And so she's been an incredible resource. Not to mention her upline team has been here for decades. She'll probably tell you how many years. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to her. And she's going to share a little bit about how she came over to Shaklee, some things that she's seen over the last 3 years since she's been here that are really helping people to have success now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Amber. My name is Christy Lyons, and I am a senior master coordinator here at Shaklee. And I was with BODi for a little over 6 years before I came over to Shaklee about 3.5 years ago. My story is a little different than these other leaders. When I came to Shaklee, my team was actually at the height of like how well we had done. We had just hit elite for the fifth time, and my income was actually the highest it had ever been at BODi. And here's the thing though, is when we went public, I started to feel uneasy. I started to feel some red flags, and I started to feel a little bit uncomfortable. And I also always thought it was a little strange that BODi would not spend the money to certify our products gluten-free. And somebody that needed gluten-free products, that made me very uncomfortable that we would not spend the money to certify those products as gluten-free. And I felt like we kept making changes in the ingredients, but not talking about them. And I did not like that. And my customers were noticing, and I was noticing that. And I no longer trusted those products to share or to consume myself. And I'm really big on being authentic and genuine. And so those were some of the reasons why I started looking around. And I had never heard of Shaklee. I didn't know a single person that worked at Shaklee. Like I didn't know a single ambassador that worked at Shaklee, I should say. I did know people on the corporate side that worked here, and I always was curious. I'm like, why do all these people I know work there? There must be something to it. So I started talking to the people I knew on the corporate side that worked at Shaklee, and I became curious. Um, and I'm a very conservative person. So for me to leave something that was so stable at the time and become curious about something else was really, really out of my comfort zone. So when I started talking to Shaklee, I asked them like all the hard questions, right? I tried the products first, of course. And you guys, I tried all the products. I was like, I want to try the cleaning products. I want to try the skincare. I want to try the nutrition. I want to know before I make this move that it's going to be a good move. And I loved the products and the certifications the products had. I loved that because like I said, it was important to me to have products I could stand behind that were certified gluten-free, non-GMO, organic. Those kind of certifications were super important to me because of my health and because of my clients' health. I wanted to offer them the best of the best as well because I wanted them to have amazing results. So those were some of the reasons. I also wanted to be able to offer a compensation plan that everyone could win with. And that felt like it was so important to me because I felt like I didn't have that any longer at BODi. I felt like the only way you could win was to either in a way get lucky where you were placed, right? And I was one of those people that wasn't lucky. I built both my legs, and some of you can relate to that, and some of you can't. So anyways, I wanted a place where all the volume you brought in counted, right? And you didn't have to do all this balancing and things like that. So when I came over here, I loved the community. I wanted to be a part of a team that had been at Shaklee forever, right? Because this company is 68 years old. I embraced that. I wanted like whatever team I grew to get to be a part of a legacy team. So what I did is I joined a team that had been here that long. And you guys, I just want to tell you two really quick stories. Like I we have this upline and we all like call her like great grandma Barb. And whenever we see her, you guys, she's almost 80 years old. She still goes on all the trips. She is like the sweetest woman ever. She writes me notes like at every conference, every event we go to, she gives me a card or she writes me like a little note on a note card and just like tells me like how much she loves me and she cares about me. And I never grew up with grandparents. So she's like my replacement grandmother. And it means so much to me. And she mails me cards for every holiday and puts like a little piece of chocolate in there. And it like it means the world to me to be on a team like that. And then there's other uplines too. And I have this other upline who's probably like maybe 5 or 6 generations above me. And she calls me once a month to ask how every single person in my downline is doing. And she knows everybody by name. And if you've already signed up and she hasn't met you yet, just wait for her phone call because she will be calling you to get to know you. And this, I just love this. She just turned 70 and we just made a book for her, you guys. We all took a picture individually and we all wrote a little note to her about how much she means to us and gave it to her on her 70th birthday. So these are the kind of things that are irreplaceable that if you are not part of a legacy team, you will miss out on. And that's one thing that I love so much about our team. So I just wanted to share those things because those are things that you just don't find on at different companies and you won't find joining every team. And those things are so special to me. So next we have Josh. And I have to tell you that I have followed Josh forever. And my husband and I have loved hearing him speak at different events and things like that. And we've always really looked up to him. And I'm so excited that now we are on the same team. And I can't wait to hear what Josh has to share about why he decided to join Shaklee.
Well, thank you very much. I have not gotten a call from Barb yet. I'm kind of disappointed, to be honest with you. I'm waiting on that phone call. But my name is Josh Spencer, and I was with Beachbody for a long, long time. I was actually going on my 17th year in Beachbody. So I started coaching. I guess that's what you called it back then. I started coaching back in 2008, and in 2010, I was named the top coach in the company. And then 2011, I was number three. And we went on to just build just a massive organization and multiple legacy. What was it called? Legacy Club. I was in the Legacy Club, and we had a lot of people within our organization that were part of the Legacy Club as well. I mean, there was just so much when we first started Beachbody, there was always this crazy energy. And I think that everybody who's on here can speak to that. There was this really a big sense of community. There was so much energy, and people were so excited to just talk about the things that they loved that changed their life. I mean, P90X literally changed my life back in the day. And I would say probably around, oh man, probably around like 2019 or 20, the company started making this weird shift. And I wasn't really on board with the direction that they were going. And I just felt kind of like you. I just felt disconnected. Like I just really did. I felt like oh man, like I'm doing really well still, and I have my team, and I'm supporting my team, but I no longer kind of relate to the values of the company, and like they were just going in this strange direction that I didn't really want to follow, but I had to stay because I mean it was my career, and plus I had so many people that I was still supporting and helping. And then obviously when they went public, then it really started going downhill. And I think a lot of people, well, at least I did. I saw this coming. I kind of predicted this to come a couple years ago, and I really started taking a step back from Beachbody because, I mean, just being truthful here, I could not, in good conscience, bring people in to that business anymore because I know with all the comp plan changes and everything that they did that I could not get them to the point where I was at with the business. There was no way. It just not was not possible, and because of that, I just didn't want to build anymore. So I kind of took a step back, and obviously things really went downhill fast, and I started focusing on some other things. I started a day trading business, and when all of this went down, sure, it was kind of sudden, right? But it wasn't really surprising. Like I kind of was prepared for this situation. And if you would ask any of my friends, and Jake, I don't see him on the call, he knows I did not want to get back into network marketing. I just didn't. There was just the thought of it. I was like, oh my God, I spent so many years building something so incredible. I don't want to start over again. And in order for that to happen, it's actually funny because I had a really good conversation with my dad, and my dad owns three businesses, and he sat me down. He's like, okay, let's like talk about this. You've established this community, you've built this massive organization, you have all these relationships, people trust your recommendations, you've been in the health and wellness industry for how long? Why would you just give that up? It just doesn't make any sense. So obviously at that point I had to be like, okay, Dad, well, if I'm going to get back into network marketing, it's literally got to be the perfect scenario. And anybody who knows me, I am so strict with everything, very particular. It had to line up perfectly. And I looked at so many different companies, and I just couldn't find one. Like I was not impressed with some aspect of the company, whether it was the compensation plan or the product catalog or more importantly, the quality of the products, right? I just couldn't find something. I want to say this real quick. The quality of the products, kind of like you, is so important to me because I dealt with Lyme disease back in 2015 and just completely changed my life. And I'm not kidding. I thought I was going to die. And it was at that moment where my wife and I, in order for me to heal, we had to shift to an all natural, organic, clean, ultra clean lifestyle. And I swear to you, that was the reason why I am where I am today, where I am able to function and work out and do everything normally again. But I had to find a company that met my standards when it came to the supplements that I was using, and also more importantly that I was recommending to other people because I don't recommend bad quality stuff. So when I started doing research into Shaklee, after talking to Jake and Amber, by the way, I started doing a lot of research into the company and was just thoroughly impressed with everything I saw. I love how there's multiple studies and showing how beneficial our our products are. I love the certified organic. I love the gluten-free, the non-toxic, no preservatives, no artificial ingredients. All of that was just so important to me and is a huge reason why we ultimately decided to get on board with this. But I think the most attractive part too was the compensation plan. Like I'm a stickler for numbers. Like anybody who knows me, I'm just like I love researching and I love understanding numbers. I was really good with the compensation plan with Beachbody, and I'm already really good in understanding this one too. This compensation plan blows Beachbodies out of the water. It blows it out of the water. And what's so exciting for me is that all of these people that are signing up with this right now and all the potential people that I'm talking to, this is a huge thing for them because as they're getting started in this business, they can actually earn. Whereas in Beachbody or whatever it was called, BODi, they were not able to do that. You can actually get started and earn something. And all of us know that. The moment you get that first paycheck, whether it's $20 or $100, you are now stuck and motivated. You're like, oh my gosh, I just earned $100 for selling to one customer. like, wow, I think I can do this. I think this is huge. Like I could build something out of this. So I'm already starting to see that within my team, the motivation and people are really excited. And I'm also seeing that on the client side of it. And again, for me, I'm not, and I've said this many times on calls today, I am not a seller. I don't like selling product. I'm not a salesperson. I am someone that's super passionate about wellness and health. And all I want to do is help people and recommend products that I have used that I know work for me. And thankfully, I don't even know how many products that I've tried and been through over the last 2 weeks. I love them all. Like I really do. I love them all. So I don't know, guys. I am just I feel like for me, I feel like I'm back with that energy that I had in 2010 when I was going for top coach, where I just didn't want to stop working. And that's been the case for me. I literally got up at 4:30 this morning and I've been going since, and I probably will go for 2 more hours because I got a million follow-ups to do after this. I love this business and I'm very happy with every aspect of everything. The financial aspect too. The company is a very strong financial company. And this is a big thing. For anybody considering joining this, you guys have to understand the difference between a private company and a public company. Public companies have outside influences on company decisions. The board of directors plays a big role in that. That's not the case with a private company, especially a private company who is thriving with increased revenue, with positive cash flow. Shaklee is that company. I'm very, very glad that we have found our home here. And that was a lot of talking. I just rambled, I think.
Well, that was so good. And it's true. He literally hasn't stopped working since he signed up. I like go to bed with a text from Josh and I wake up with a text from Josh. And it's always like, guess what happened next? It's awesome. I love it so much. Thank you. Thanks for sharing all that. Super helpful. And okay, Christy is gonna go next and she's gonna share a little bit about her story.
Yeah, it's so hard to go after Josh, but I'm like, he said everything I was going to say. No, but I have been with Beachbody for 13 and a half years. And same kind of story, superstar diamond, 5-star, 3-star, 2-star, 2-star, 1-star, 9-time elite. It was Millions Club back in the day before they changed it to Legacy Club. But it was for me, I feel like you guys were all ahead of the game. For me, about a year ago, when they changed the income structure, changed our compensation, essentially, it was a huge pay cut for my family. It was, depending on the week, a 40 to 50% pay cut. And at that point, when that announcement came through, we have a condo in Maui, and our condo was in the fire. So it was like the condo hit, then a week later, the pay cut. And I started telling my team, just the diamonds, I said, I'm not going anywhere. I'm here to support you. I'm here to support my customers. I will be here, but I am looking for another place for us to land if something does happen. And I didn't go into the specifics of why I didn't have a good feeling, but I started doing research back then. So a little over a year ago, I started researching different companies and paying attention to what was happening in the industry and network marketing in general. And I used to work in finance. So I am like Josh, like I am a numbers person. I understood our compensation plan. I understood, I was watching our finances year to year at Beachbody. But when I started looking and doing research in the network marketing industry, it was really easy for me to take certain companies just out right away, right? Like if somebody sent me a company and I could just do a quick search and look at their financials. And that's what I did. So the first thing that I did was I would look at companies and like, are they stable? Have they been growing the past 3 years? Because in the industry, the last 3 years has been really telling a lot of companies aren't doing great, a lot of down years. And so when I looked at Shaklee, it was like, okay, this is incredible. Not only are they a stable company, but they've been growing when a lot of companies haven't been. So that was really easy there. If you just do a quick Google search, you can look at other companies and they're not doing great. So when I found Shaklee, that was the first thing I did. I was like, okay, I can look further now. Once I know that they're a stable company that I can build and that I can bring my team to, that we can be here for decades to come, then I can look further. And then I started looking at the products, and I knew like immediately, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm frugal. Like I'm frugal Fanny over here, and I want to buy everything on this website. So from that standpoint, if I want to buy it, I know other people want to buy it because I am so frugal. So, and then I knew it was going to be a easier transition for my team because I knew that if I love these products, they're going to love these products, and it's going to be something that they can stand behind and that they can sell. Then moving on to the comp plan, I was like, Josh, I like dove into the comp plan. So my very first call with Amber, she's like telling me the comp plan. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I got it. I had done all the research because I wanted to make sure that, if this was a company that we transitioned to, that like Amber has mentioned, that the team could win. And I do want to share this one story. Colleen's on here shaking her head, but the last month when we left, she's a diamond at Beachbody, and she has made more in her first week here than she made in the last month at Beachbody. And it wasn't because she hadn't backed off her business. She was building the entire time. And that's what I'm excited about. I'm excited to help our team win and for it to be a really smooth transition. So going through all those things, I like wrote down like comp plan, products, a place where the team could win, but then the culture, like that was also really important, seeing where, I had this incredible energy building my Beachbody business. And over the years, as different people in corporate left and just our incomes were being diluted, I wasn't getting support behind the scenes. And I felt like I spent most of the time just fighting for my team to get paid and, fighting for things to be right. And that took so much joy. And so that was really important that I felt like I had a corporate team that would support me. And obviously then got on with Kim and everything. I already knew that the corporate team here would be incredible because the people that came here were people that I loved at Beachbody, that I was really sad when they left. And then the last piece of the puzzle was, okay, now Beachbody is going away. And I had saw that Amber, like back in June, had made the announcement that she went to Shaklee. And so she didn't know I was following her. I'm one of those creepers. I do my research behind the scenes. And I already have my decision like made because I've done the research. And I knew that when it happened that I would be reaching out to her. And the reason is we worked together, at BODi. We were both superstar diamonds. And I had seen how she cared about her team. And that was something that was really important to me in making that transition. Is I want every single person on my team to win. I want them to feel that they matter because they do. I want them to know that whatever their goals and dreams are, the vision that they have for their life, that is possible. And that is something that I really valued as a leader, even, at Beachbody, was that I wanted to make sure that people know that they matter. And I saw that in Amber, and I saw that in this company, but when I reached out to Amber, she probably was like, oh, I'm going to have to like sell her on this. I'm like, no, I'm signing with you. I'm enrolling with you. You don't have to sell me on anything. I'm here. But it's been 2 weeks, and I tell my team I should have sold them harder. Like I should have tried to sell them on it harder because it's even better than my research could have shown. I am blown away every day. I'm blown away by the support. I'm blown away by what our team has been able to do in 2 weeks, and less than 2 weeks for some of them. They, are just getting started. And like Josh said, I have my spark back. For the last year, I hadn't really enrolled. And I'm so excited to show up and work every day, and I don't want to stop. And so it just feels really good to be here. And I never thought that I would be starting, building again from scratch. And I'm so excited for the build. Like, I'm so excited.
Oh, I love all of that. Thank you so much for sharing. And yeah, I totally freaked out when you messaged me that day. I was like, oh my gosh, Christy Kronzer. I've always respected her. Same thing when Josh reached out. I was like, oh my gosh, like because him and my husband are really close. And I was like, oh, that would be like the dream team, So I just feel so grateful that the people and that's what I think Colleen said, she's like, it just seems like the people that are joining our team are just like the same vibe. And I'll tell you, it's like very hardworking people, very down to earth people. And I think what is the coolest part for all of us, because we've all experienced this coming from BODi, is feeling like we are sort of a shell of ourselves as leaders to now going, oh my gosh, I think I'm going to get to experience again what it's truly like to love this again and to be able to actually help people win again. Because I think what you heard all of us say was, when you can't help your team win to the same level as you're winning, it just doesn't feel quite right. And so here it's actually possible. And so, all right, thanks for sharing, you guys. That was just awesome. And what we just want to kind of end the call with now is just going over a few things. We have this slideshow that we're going to show you just to kind of cover in general, if you're not as familiar with Shaklee, because I know for a lot of us, we weren't. And it was kind of like, okay, well, this sounds cool, but what do they all have to offer? And so we're just going to go through to give you a little bit of an idea. I'm going to have Christy kick us off because she's been here the longest and she knows all of these facts probably like the back of her hand without even needing a slideshow. But can you guys see this? Okay. All right. So I'm going to move this down because this is just a little bit. All right, Christy, hopefully, can you see that on your end?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can. Which slide do you want to start with?
All
This
right.
one?
So we start with, yeah, let's start here. And then you tell me when you want to kind of move on.
Okay. So Shaklee is a global company, and we have had over $10 billion in sorry, 10 billion US dollars in wealth. We've sold $10 billion. I'm sorry. I didn't think we were starting here.
Sorry.
We are a global leader with sales over 10 billion US dollars in wellness products across US and Asia. And we actually have a huge market in Asia. A lot of people don't know that. We're also in Canada. We have a big community in Canada that's actually been growing a whole lot in the last 12 months. A lot of people don't know that. Okay, so we created the first multivitamin and the first plant-based protein supplement in the world. And we are known as the company that does so many clinical trials. We have over 110, and that just keeps growing like each month almost. We have 75 patents and patents pending. And like I said, you guys, it just keeps growing. I swear every time I'm on a presentation, the numbers change. I think they have to change this slide deck almost monthly because these numbers grow so fast. Okay, so we have powered 152 Olympic medals or athletes that have achieved or earned an Olympic medal. And we can get an Olympian on a call pretty soon. That'd be really cool. They do calls for us. We have been on every single NASA space mission since 1995. My girls love that because we're from Houston. Over the last 67 years, we've averaged less than one third of our products have been returned. I'm sorry, less than one third of 1% of our products have been returned, which is amazing. I've been here 3.5 years, and I think I've only had 2 returns. And most of the time when someone returns, they're actually just replacing something. Our company is the first company to be carbon neutral, which is awesome. We have also partnered with one of the Nobel Peace Prize winners, Dr. Mate. And what we did is we have planted over 1 million trees Roger contacted her and set up that plan to partner with her to plant over 1 million trees. And we still do that. We still are working on that project with her. Okay, so we are 3 times above pharmaceutical grade, our products are. We do over 100,000 annual quality tests. And I have to tell you guys a very quick, funny story. I'm always talking to Roger about when our products go on back order. Because as you guys know, we are a very high selling team. So we're always, I swear, the second a product goes on back order, somebody on our team is like, Christy, why is the product on back order? When is it coming back? And so I'm the first person to contact corporate and ask them. And so corporate has told me just to contact Roger. And Roger, so I text Roger now, and he will tell me exactly why each product is on back order. And if it's ever on back order longer than 2 weeks, it's because a product, we cannot source an ingredient to the highest standards that he requires. And that is why anytime a product goes on back order longer than 2 weeks, that's why. We also are free of over 350 harmful contaminants. And I will tell you that it's actually more than that, usually on almost all of our products. We are the most clinically proven wellness company in the world, and we gained that title since I've been here. And just recently, we are the company in the world with short-term, medium, and long-term proof that our products are safe and actually make a difference in people's health outcomes. I will tell you that just in this last week, we have been able to make that claim. So I think that's really cool. A lifetime of results proves that our products do work. We have a landmark health study that was the first multi-study to examine 30 plus years of our supplements and how they work against people that are not using our supplements. And if you haven't read the landmark health study, you should. It is so interesting. Okay, so at Shaklee, we not only have nutrition products, but we have BODi products and home products that have the same high standards. Okay, so our inner and outer ageless approach, we try to approach both obviously inner health and outer health. We have $70 billion in growth. Healthy aging in the wellness market will double over the next 10 years to $140 billion. This one is really interesting. People who purchase both skincare and nutrition will spend 198% more in 1 month than those that only purchase skincare. So our team focuses usually first on helping people with their nutrition before skincare. People that purchase nutrition products have a 53% higher repeat purchase rate than those that purchase just personal care. So that is why our team always focuses on nutrition first. So now we're going to talk about ageless from the inside. So our Ready Set Wellness Kit is our most popular package that we have. And this just shows you what it is. It's our Meology or Vitalizer plus our shakes and then a boost of your choice. So these are our foundational multivitamins. We have the Vital-E family, the Vitalizer family, and then our Meology family. That's our personalized vitamins. So I love these statistics so much. So when somebody does our Meology assessment, there is 110 million possible combinations you can get when you do that assessment. People always ask me that. And I love that That's the possibility of the from the algorithm. And there's 640,000 decision points that will create that one packet that you get personalized just for you. Okay, our live shake, I love so much, and I've tried several. Um, like we were talking about earlier, I love the certifications it has. It's also clinically proven to help you have a longer, healthier life. It has 20 grams of protein, and like I said, it has the certifications such as gluten-free, non-GMO, and vegan. Our cleanse is one of our most popular products that people like to start with. Um, it is a 7-day cleanse, and you can eat as many fruits and vegetables as you would like. There's no food restriction, which is why most people like it, and you're guaranteed to feel better in 1 week. Most people will say that they have more energy, more focus, their mood is better, they sleep better. Their digestion is better, and what most people really like is that they lose on average 6.8 pounds. And when I first read that, before having hundreds of people do this, probably thousands actually, I will say that that average is right. And I think that that's incredible because most people want to do a cleanse to lose bloat, lose, extra weight, things like that. Okay, our collagen is the most complete collagen on the market. It has all 9 amino acids. It supports your health, skin, nails, and joints. I love that it also has 10 grams of protein in it, and it has hydrolyzed collagen. Sorry. You will see it in a lot of magazines talk about this as well. And you guys, it has sold out so many times because it is so popular. Okay, so our Vivix, if you have not tried this or if you have not heard of it, as it says, welcome to Ageless. My husband and I have taken it for 3.5 years, and I swear it is what helped me. I should put some sort of disclaimer, but I swear it's what helped me recover from my back surgery. Um, I tell anybody that's trying to recover from something, they need to use this. It also helps repair damaged DNA. Um, and I can't wait to tell you about the next slide. So Shaklee did a study where they provided McDonald's meals to a group of people. Okay, so half the people had Vivix and half the people had a placebo. So they then did studies to check their inflammatory response. The people that had Vivix had such a lower inflammatory response than the people that had the placebo. So it's a key factor in your internal health, and it has been proven through this study. Okay, so our products get picked up in so many magazines. Our marketing department does not put them or pay to put them in magazines. They're just picked up by magazines because they're trendy and because they work. Our multitaskers are some of our newest products, and so many people love them. We have our Good Gut and Go, which helps with gut health, our Up and Glowing, which includes collagen and green tea, our Rest and Rewind, which is like a tea to help you sleep. And my favorite is a Cheer Up and Chill Out, which helps you relax and helps with stress. So this is just images of them. And this looks like one of our pamphlets that you can purchase to send out. We also have the Flow and Flora, which is for women to help with vaginal health.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. I'll continue on here. We're going to go through specific products that you can consider when you're switching from BODi products. And so for those of us who transitioned over from BODi, the first thing we did was kind of think of, okay, how can we help our customers transition in a way that feels natural to them? And I'll tell you, my customers who have switched over are loving their products. They feel better than they did before, and they want to keep reordering. I also love that the price point is less than some of the BODi products too. So I'm just going to go through these slides pretty quickly just to kind of show you overview of what we have. Specifically for pre-workout, we have this pre-workout energized drink. It tastes like a lemon drop. It's like very light in taste, but it gives you exactly what you need before your workout, but not too much either, so you don't feel like you're, jittery. We also have an electrolyte drink. We have this in a couple flavors, and it's awesome. We also have the whey protein, and this one is awesome because it's grass-fed whey. And so for me specifically, I know when I was using the BODi products, the whey sometimes would upset my stomach, and the plant-based wasn't the best for me either. And so this grass-fed is incredible. You actually get 30 grams per serving. It is lighter in taste. It's not as sweet. It has a lot less sugar, less carbs than the BODi stuff. But again, all of this stuff is something that a lot of these Olympic athletes are taking. And so it's really cool to know that we have the higher standards there. Okay, we're going to quickly go through these product swaps. So we have the first one, and these graphics are awesome to send out to customers as well. But it's just going to kind of go over Shakeology versus LifeShake. LifeShake it's not necessarily an apples to apples comparison, but I like this one because it's simpler. And so one thing that I was experiencing with my BODi customers is they would tell me they would have some bloating. And oftentimes that's just because the superfoods that are in there can cause a little bit of sensitivities for people. So here, the shake is more simple. I personally take my shake every day to get extra protein in. So I will mix this with then our collagen, which has 10 grams of protein. So I get 30 grams of protein through that. And then I'm getting 30 grams of protein through my post-workout shake. So for me, that's like, I feel like when I drank Shakeology, it was a little bit of a different sort of purpose, but here it really, for me, is more about the protein. And then of course we have the differences between the Energize and the pre-workout drink. And so here it's awesome. It's a little bit cheaper in price, which customers love that too. This is again for post-workout, our grass-fed whey protein. The cleanse that Christy talked about, we at BODi had the 3-day refresh. This is the 7-day healthy cleanse. My customers love that it's not restrictive. You get to eat as much as you want. And so it's just focusing on fruits and vegetables. And you can add in lean protein for those of you that want to work out during the cleanse. I added in protein. And then we also have this collagen swap. Our collagen is a much more complete collagen over here. This one is a little bit more expensive, but you're getting a lot more for your dollar. And then we have the greens too, which you can add into your shake or whatever else you're having. I know before this, Jake and I were using the AG1, and we have now we don't use that. We use this instead. So nice swap there. But that is pretty much from the standpoint of the products. We'll touch on this really quick. I know some of us touched on this earlier, just about the comp plan. But as far as what you can earn as an ambassador, the most exciting piece when you're getting started are these things right here. So when you sign up, whenever someone joins you and they're a brand new customer to you or brand new ambassador, within their first 30 days, you're going to get a 30% commission on all their orders. So that's a really nice way. Like Josh was saying earlier, when you get that first check and you're like, whoa, this is awesome. I shared something that I love and I'm going to get paid for this. 30% commissions add up really quickly. And then on top of that, every time you help 3 people get started and the total of those products is $500 or more, then you get a $75 bonus. So again, that's for every 3 people, and you can do that up to 15 times a month. So that's another way that on the front end of our comp plan, you can really get to work and start winning right away. And then the 10 to 40% is a tiered system that, depending on how many customers you have, on all return orders, you'll earn between 10 to 40% commission. And so your goal with this piece of the comp plan is to ramp up your clientele to help a lot of people, and then you can earn up to 40% on those reorders. And let me tell you, people want to reorder the products that we have. It's not like you're trying to convince them to stay on some sort of order. Like, they are asking what else can they try next. Okay, so as we kind of end here, I just wanted to share really quickly for those of you who may not be enrolled yet, one of the ways that you can get started, and that would be with the Ready Set Wellness bundle plus the business starter kit. So we covered this a little bit earlier, but just to reiterate again what the Ready Set Wellness bundle is, you can have 1 month of personalized vitamins. So that's right here. You can see the Meology right here. You can also opt to just have our Vitalizer, which is more of like just a vitamin strip. It's sort of like this is kind of like the old school version of Meology, like what they had before personalized vitamins, but it still is going to give you a really wide range of the nutrients that you need. So you can choose your vitamin option. And then you're going to choose 2 flavors of the Life Shake. So you can choose which ones are best for you. And then you get to choose something that you can add on. A lot of people, if they do want to lose the bloat right off the bat, will start with the 7-day cleanse, or you can choose any of these products here. So if you're someone that's listening to this or you're on live and you're like, okay, I think I've heard enough, I want to get started, just reach out to whoever invited you to listen to this call and we can get you signed up. But we have like 4 minutes left. I just wanted to open this up for any questions that anyone has right now. Yes, we can definitely share the SWAT photos. Whatever team you're on, we will have those for you. The Energized does not stain. I've gotten that feedback a lot, that the Energized does not stain, which is awesome. All right, any other questions?
Somebody asked if they can get the cleanse in Canada. You cannot get the cleanse, but you can get all of the bottles of the same supplements. So you can actually do the cleanse multiple times because you can have the bottles. So it's actually a great deal that way, to be honest, because you end up saving money in the long run that way.
Equivalent to the BODi Hydrate, we do have a low-calorie electrolyte drink, and that's what a lot of us have swapped it out. And there's orange and lemon lime for flavors. Samples. Christy, remind me of the different sample options that they have on the site.
You can get the cheer up and chill out samples. You can get Vivix. Or what a lot of people do is it depends on what kind of samples you're looking for. We do not have shake samples right now, but that might be coming. And it depends on what you're looking for, but your upline or the person that invited you to the call might have like some of the sample packets that they could send you. But we really don't offer like a lot of samples that you can purchase.
I know what you did for me, Christy, when I was new is you gave me a bunch of those like little multitaskers, like the little packets. And that was really helpful because I could try like the gut and go and, some different ones like that, the triple defense boost and all of that, because there's so many great options. But sometimes, yeah, you don't want to buy a whole box. So I'm sure, your upline would probably be happy to help you with some of that kind of stuff too. All right, Josh or Christy, do you guys have anything else you want to add? No. All right. Well, thanks everyone for hopping on tonight or listening to the recording. We'll talk to you later. Bye.